been invited to Türkiye for the President's International Yacht Race, which we are 5 minutes from the start time, but we're not the only ones here. We're here with our good friends Rico and Victoria, our new friend, Yago! See, so new, I'm still struggling with the name. Anyway, very impressive Olympic sailor. Gonna hear hopefully a little bit more about that. We're gonna do some exploring around Turkey as well, because, well, we didn't start here. It's a little bit of a journey to get here.
Going to Türkiye, business class, what's up?
3 days ago, if you'd asked me, I would have never expected to be here.
Our invitation came from Turkish Airlines because they are one of the sponsors of the race, hence our fancy ride.
Before we take off, let's have a quick look around. This is the business class pod here. Not a lot of seats in this area. Got big old screen. We've got, what is this? Shoes? Oh yeah, flight shoes. Blanket. Little compartment down there. Right? Can't open that, we're about to take off. Then over here, little electrical compartment, and they give you fancy headphones. Okay. Do I get to take those off? Nope. Please return. Bummer. A menu, we'll look at that later, and a fancy leather bag. Let's see what's inside. Socks, eye mask, hand cream, lip balm, toothbrush, toothpaste, earplugs.
And believe it or not, this is a first for us because we have never flown business class on an international flight. Thankfully, we have some seasoned pros with us.
Normally I wouldn't film a flight because we're sitting way back in the back. This time it's different, it's special, it feels like I should. I don't know why. I just feel like the food's gonna be good, the wine will be good. Apparently they serve you the oldest bread in the world.
So this is legit old bread. Just last year, archaeologists in Türkiye discovered the world's oldest known bread. They analyzed the find, determined the grains, and now we're eating bread from an 8,600-year-old recipe. It's yummy with the herbs. It's like a very dense whole wheat bread.
Oh, thank you very much.
Enjoy.
This is just the appetizer. I'm gonna be very full when we land. Now I've got shrimp and asparagus and cherry tomatoes and white wine. Okay, dessert. Cheesecake, ice cream, and tea. Running behind as always. We have a very packed day today, exploring Istanbul, and well, we got Rico and Victoria right here. They're already here, of course. Hey guys, good morning.
Ooh, this is quite fancy. And this is where the non-stop sightseeing madness begins, which isn't our typical style, but we only have a couple of days, and today we have the Turkish guide catching us up on old Istanbul.
So much history here, we're just getting started, and this particular one is made out of bronze. It is the helmets and the armor of slain warriors. So, it's just, they used to have snake heads, they fell off. Long story, but there's so much history here, I had no idea. Ottomans, Byzantines, Romans, Italians.
So many religions!
So many, oh my god. It's exciting, we're just getting started. Yeah.
And to be honest, it's our first time here, and we don't know much beyond the fact that it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Been a long time gone, Constantinople. So why did Constantinople get the works?
Let's know what is this about the Turks.
From the outside, this place doesn't look like much, but down below, it's just like From Russia with Love.
The Emperor Constantine built it as a reservoir 1,600 years ago.
Albeit with less water, no boats, and a lot more people. But who knew that the Turks used to build water tanks like a cathedral?
All the columns are different sizes, and they're like sort of glued together in a way because they're recycled. See? Combined together to make a big tall one. And they didn't really care about how they looked, that they matched, because they were underwater. This is a big cistern with all the fresh water. So it's really, really fascinating to see.
I think this might be my favorite column of the entire cistern.
Oh, that was the Basilica Cistern, and it was crazy packed because it's a holiday weekend, and clearly I was not prepared for that many people. I need to get my microphone out. Hopefully you can hear something that I said. If not, we'll just do it all on voiceover. It's fine.
But it was beautiful. That's the big takeaway. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Okay, no tour of the old city would be complete without a stop at the Holy Mosque of Hagia Sophia. I don't know how to describe this one, but let's just say that my jaw hit the ancient marble floor. This has been a church, a mosque, a museum, and now a mosque again. Basically, the ultimate identity crisis in the most epic way possible.
It's crazy in there. It's so busy and everybody wants the same spots. Fair enough. I get here right when it opens.
And this might be the only major building in the world to have undergone such dramatic religious and cultural transformations. The Hagia Sophia is the symbol of Byzantium. And from a landmark perspective, it is to Istanbul as the Eiffel Tower is to Paris.
Apparently we are having lunch at the Four Seasons, and it is in an historic old prison. So the restaurant. So can you imagine? We're going to pay a lot of money to go sit in a prison and have lunch.
We are drinking a red wine. This wine is generally from southeastern Turkey, from the Turkish grapes, öküz gözü and boğazkere. It's not blended by the French wines. It's Turkish. As you know, all the French wines descended from a Turkish wine. So that's why we are drinking red and trying it today in Turkey. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's alright. I tried that one. I do like raw, I just don't like it fried, I think.
It's like a monster. Have you ever heard monsters?
Yes.
But the
Nope.
version.
That did not work out.
Epic
Epic fail.
Our little gazebo here is surrounded by these jasmine flowers. Oh my God, it's like intoxicating all around us. And to think that this used to be like a court and a jail, now it's a Four Seasons. I mean, history is crazy. I am stuffed, feeling good, feeling high on sugar and coffee. We are ready for the next stop.
Until the food coma hits, and then we'll be ready for a nap.
In addition to the Roman city walls,
If you've seen one palace, then you've seen them all. Said no one ever, and certainly not about the Topkapi Palace.
Oh, it's all so beautiful, and the weather today is just making it so spectacular. What?
About to run into somebody.
This is where Ottoman sultans ruled an empire that stretched across 3 continents for over 400 years. Must have been good to be the sultan. And these stunning views, well, the sultans chose this spot so they could watch ships sail between Europe and Asia from their breakfast table.
Ottomans were never sending any ambassadors to any other country. Everybody should come to Ottoman.
But of course, behind every great sultan is a great woman, or potentially hundreds of them.
Oh my God, the door looks amazing.
The more the concubines, the greater the power and wealth. So naturally, you need a big harem to house them all. But there was only one truly powerful woman, sometimes even more influential than the Sultan himself. And that was the Queen Mother.
Definitely a royal bath.
Yep, back in the Ottoman days, the real path to political supremacy was through motherhood.
We're walking into the kitchens, and he said that there's 1,300 people that used to work in the kitchen. Pretty wild, right? Poor guys, just stuck there. He's the only one left.
Yeah, he likes baklava. I can say that he likes baklava.
right, this is it. This is the reason we were actually invited here for the International Presidential Yacht Race. So this monohull back here is going to be our chase boat, if you can call it such a thing, for the day. The winds are very light, so we're hoping that it's gonna pick up a little bit. Otherwise, this is gonna be like turtle racing, right? Which is equally as exciting because it means you really have to like bring your skill set to be able to do really well in this light wind. I'm sure everybody's probably ditching any extra gear right about now on the docks for all of the race boats. So I'm sure if we could figure out where they all were, it would just be lines of bags and spare stuff.
So we're on board with some representatives from the race, a drone pilot, our good friends Rico and Victoria, and our new friend Iago, who we just met today.
Whoa, that's a serious start. Right? Oh my gosh.
What a freaking start. He's already got the spinnaker out.
Yep.
We just passed the first buoy. Oh my God. I heard lots of fiberglass on fiberglass there.
Risking it for the biscuit.
We were not expecting downwind start. Eh?
No, I was looking up.
This is better. AGP start.
Oh my God, that was a crazy start. That's the thing about racing, man. Jeez, if you love your boat and you don't want it scratched, then don't race. This is so cool.
Out of nowhere, we're in the race.
We're winning!
Funny because Iago was saying he thinks this is the very first time he's ever actually been the spectator at a race like this. I'm like, wow, what an experience.
He says it's less stressful.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, this is a first for all of us. None of us have ever attended a race simply to be spectators. And we've only ever been a part of one other race before. So this really is a unique experience.
Rico, how much you know about
Racing?
yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, great. Which is why we actually have at least one.
But I have somebody here who can answer some questions.
From your professional now, semi-retired, I can't stand opinion. Well, how'd you feel about that start?
Yeah, it was really good. Downwind start. Many people broke the rule. So let's see after sailing what's gonna happen. But for sure, it was fun to watch it from outside.
Right? I didn't expect all that, did you?
No, not at all. We were expecting an upwind start actually, and then we saw like spinnaker up and people like crashing and yelling. Perfect for us. Not for the boats in the traffic.
No. Very good for spectators.
Yeah.
What really makes this race fascinating is that it's on the Bosphorus, which is a strait that connects the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. And it literally splits the city of Istanbul into two, with one side in Europe and the other in Asia. So we're sailing between two continents, but never leaving the city.
Here comes our lead boat, way in front of the pack. It's a FAR 40 design. Look at this behind me. I've got the lead boat. I've got the biggest mosque, hills, the tower. What a beautiful, beautiful spot. Tacking. Nicely done. This is 4 and 5. Nicely done. Nice, he's getting that spinnaker up quicker. Oh! Woohoo! Yep.
All right, well, that's it. The race is over. We are off to lunch, but that was a lot of fun. The beginning, the start was definitely the biggest highlight. And then I would say after that was just
Watching him change
watching him change sails coming around there.
Jiving, yeah.
Yeah, the one boat got his spinnaker all tied up, but then they came out of it. Yeah, it was good stuff. They did really well. I was very impressed. It was fun. I'd come back, but next time
Be on the boats.
we want to, we're gonna have to make friends.
Just want to ask you, you're on the other side of the racing. Did you find yourself feeling very judgy?
Yeah, at the beginning, yes, and then I have to release that that point of view and how fun with all you guys.
It looked like you were just having fun. I barely saw you filming at all.
No, I was watching a lot of the maneuvers and enjoying the place and the boats as well.
Yeah.
But that was your first time.
Yeah, first time for me on a spectator boat. Good first time.
Good time. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Good
time.
people around and good chatting about boats.
Good times.
A lovely little coffee shop called
Cafesi.
Doing so good right now. Anyway, having ourselves a proper Turkish coffee. It's an unfiltered brew. So the coffee grounds are still sitting in the bottom here. They kind of settle to the bottom and it creates like a very rich, creamy coffee. And then we are having a not quite traditional baklava, which I'm very excited about. Oh, it's a good one. Now, you can get them sweet or unsweet. We've found that if you get a good one, they're so mellow, they're not bitter at all, which means you don't need the sugar, especially if you're eating sugar like we're about to. Then it's perfect. Go first, tell us how it is.
Okay. This is definitely not traditional baklava.
No. Look at them layers in there. Yeah, that looks so good.
Oh, it's like a shell of chocolate and cream and baklava, and it looks like almost like graham cracker, but I know it's not graham cracker. It is delicious. It's our final hours here in Istanbul. And man, we just spent the entire day exploring this city. So we're in Old Town right now because Victoria and Rico told us to go.
Yeah, they said it's a very cool neighborhood, big, beautiful tower. We didn't quite have enough time to actually do the walk up. Save that for the next trip.
Very European, way more European than I expected. It's so beautiful here.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it would be European. This is what I thought everything would look like, but it looks different.
On the European side versus the Asian side.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
That's pretty neat. But just like any city, I mean, a few days is never enough, but it is just enough to give you a taste.
Literally a taste. I mean, we have eaten ourselves
Oh my God.
absolutely silly throughout this city.
I'm gonna leave this country so I can not eat for a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, it really is like the perfect place to come for a day or two, enjoy the city, and then our next trip, I would like to get outside of the city and go see kind of more of the rural areas, and they've got some beautiful
Mountains and like pinnacles and yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. And then they have these interesting things in a lot of these countries. When you book a flight, they have these like stopover packages or layover days where you can get a hotel for free.
Yeah, which blows my mind, but it's encouraging you to stop over and check it out. So you can stay, spend 24 hours, check the place, check the place out, and then continue on to whatever your other destination was. If you see that you're stopping over in a major place like Istanbul, then definitely look and see if there is a stopover package, because they're giving it away.
Why not? Why not? You get just a taste, just like we did.
Yeah.
And you'll have such a good time, and I can't wait to come back.
Next
very
time,
excited.
Definitely though, getting
Yes.
out of the city,
To the mountains.
going to the mountains.
Maybe a road trip?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed to drive here. I don't know if I'd want to drive in Istanbul, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, the
I
traffic.
definitely would not want to drive here. Well, thank you so much for watching, sticking with us through this, and hope you had fun.
We had a great time.
Yeah, yeah, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Where do we go for dinner? Speaking
Are
of
you
food.
still actually hungry? I've eaten enough for 3 lifetimes.